What's up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come talk some Eagles with us.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of A2D Wednesday nights here on A2D Radio. That's Ryan Elizik. I'm Greg Milanovic. Maybe Tom Arnone joins us, but if not, we got a good show for you. At the end of the show, we'll talk a little Phillies, get a little hot stove update, signing Adolis Garcia, Brad Keller, and then of course Kyle Schwarber last week. So we'll go into some Phillies talk here at the end. In our football discussion, we're going to give our players a game score predictions for this Saturday's game. Game between the Commanders and the Eagles. And, of course, our main topic at hand is the Eagles-Commanders. Magic number is number 1. All we got to do is win, baby.
Yes, sir.
The great Al Davis. We just beat the Raiders. The great Al Davis. Just win, baby. But we are here winding down week 16 of the NFL season. Crazy that the season is already almost over here, right? I mean, we're talking fantasy in the back.
Yes,
we're
sir.
in round 2 of fantasy matchups, right? We got 2 weeks left of fantasy, and then the wonderful playoffs begin, and we'll be there, right? As crazy as this season has been for some, and as high as expectations as some of this fan base has had, we are there, and we are most likely going in as NFC East champions. I don't even say most likely. We are going in as NFC East champions. It's just a matter of when we get that done, which ties into our poll question. The Eagles will officially end a 20-year drought and become the first repeat NFC East champions since 2004 this Sunday by clinching the division this Sunday. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Join the conversation. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. That's where we're live, and everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Join us, share it, comment in. I agree. This is a layup tonight. I agree. They're not losing this game. They're not losing this game. I know, there's a lot of discourse around it was just the Raiders, but that game was everything that we wanted to see, or at least I wanted to see from this football team in terms of a response. Right? You got your ass handed to you a couple times. You got embarrassed a couple times. But you turned around and you did what you had to do against an inferior opponent. You didn't let them hang around. You didn't let them think that they were in that game ever. You first drive of the game, 8-minute, 9-minute drive. Here, hold my beer. You're in our house, right? So I'll make it quick. I'll make it simple. Agree to the poll. They win this game on Sunday and they clinch it, or Saturday. They clinch it on their own. No help needed. We don't need a Dallas loss. We don't need this. They're going to take care of business their own. What do you guys say? What's up, Tommy?
Tommy, welcome back in. Might be muted, Tom.
Muted.
Muted, yeah. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, no, I absolutely have to agree to this poll. You're playing another team who is not quite as bad as the Raiders, but pretty much in that same ilk. We're going to be playing Marcus Mariota, who is better than Kenny Two Gloves, but again, as a backup quarterback. They're dealing with a bunch of injuries. The one thing is like you're on the road in Washington, and Washington always plays us tough. It's always a weird game whenever we go down there. So, I mean, maybe it won't be as easy as this past weekend, but I remember like talking last week where the things we looked for was like being able to sustain drives and being able to just handle your opponents, right? Looking back at this, like your first drive coming out the gate was 13 plays, 67 yards, touchdown. Next drive, 7 plays, 59 yards, kicked a field goal, 1 3-and-out, fine. After the 3-and-out, though, come back, 11-play drive, 70 yards, touchdown. End of half, 10 plays, 73 yards, touchdown. Then, you had your A.J. Brown, like, deep ball touchdown, which was, like, only 5 plays. But I think the biggest takeaway that I had from that game was that your second-team offense put up more yards in their one drive than the entire Raiders offense did the entire game. So that's a massive game out of the defense. Again, out of an inferior opponent. But, like, they have a couple playmakers over there. Genty's he's going to be a solid back. Brock Bowers has been one of the best tight ends in the league. Yeah, I mean, like, look, you handle your business, right? And what you're going to come down to is just handling your business again this week, and then not really having to worry about what happens the next 2 weeks. So, absolutely agree to the poll. We're going to handle business this week.
Tom, you're still muted, bud.
Thanks, Greg.
There you go.
Appreciate you. Yeah, are people really still worried about Washington? Are people worried about Washington?
I don't think so. I don't
Sounds
see
like
a
by
reason.
Greg's opening monologue that, what, do you think it's a tougher game? Is that what you're saying people think?
It's a tougher game than the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marcus Mariota, because of being a veteran, provides a little bit more of a challenge.
No. I agree with that. I just the Commanders stink. So, like, are we really even having this conversation? I don't care. Divisional rival. I don't care about any of it. They're without their starting quarterback, their franchise quarterback. They're without their leading target guy, which is Zach Ertz. Like, come on. They still have a competitive defense, sure. But this is a game where you should go in and you should whoop somebody's ass again. And I don't put much stock into the Raiders. It's the Raiders. They stink. But you still got to go out and dominate them. Right? You still got to go out and get first down. You still got to go out and execute plays. So, regardless of who you play, you still got to go play good football to win big. Like, you don't win big by accident. So, again, not everybody blew the Raiders out this year. You know what I mean? And granted, different quarterback. I get all those things, but I sort of leave the Raiders where they're at. Hey, you went and beat up an inferior team like you're supposed to do. We've been waiting for that all year. So we got it. So now you hope they got some things going and they're moving in a better direction. And this ends Saturday. So I agree too. I'm not worried about Washington. Mariota's a veteran. I get it. But if we can't go and beat Marcus Mariota, then we got problems. Right? If we can't go beat the Commanders, I don't care where we play. Play them in Brazil for all I care. That's a game you got to go get. You want to tell me you lay an egg in the last one if it doesn't matter? Okay. But you got to go start playing good football in this last 4-game stretch. You took care of business Sunday. Let's go take care of business Saturday. And then you got a big monster one coming up against Buffalo. And if you can somehow get that game too, right? If you can somehow get that game, that's like we're on a little bit of a roll going into the playoffs. And maybe things change around here a little bit. But yeah. I agree. 20 years.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
20 years.
It's crazy that it's been that long since a repeat. It's great. I think we were the actual last repeat in the 03-04 season. Yep. I think it was us.
You went 4 straight from 2000 to 2003, I think, with the actual seasons, even though 03 finished in 04. But in 20 years.
And nobody could repeat it after that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But fitting that it's us, right, with the dumpster fires that have circulated this division over the years. Outside of a couple Giants titles.
Yeah.
Right. Outside of a couple Giants titles, it's been a shit division.
It has been.
To be honest with you. It's been dominated.
It's been competitive, but it's been
dominated by the Philadelphia Eagles. Over the majority of the last 2 decades, this division has been dominated by the Philadelphia Eagles. Right. And the reason you can say it now is because of the 2 rings. Before, you can make the case when we had none or had 1, that, hey, Giants have 2, in that stretch. Well, we even that out, and we've been more title games than they have, been more Super Bowls than they have more division crowns than they have. So,
I think my favorite thing about this weekend is the fact that I don't have to hear about Dallas potentially running the table anymore and potentially like coming in, taking the, winning the division. Like the fact that you guys lost to Minnesota at home and a team that the Eagles absolutely demolished in Minnesota, like you lose to them. Like I've been so sick of like the national media being like, oh, Dallas can make a run here. No, they can't. Their defense is awful. Right. And the dude who's been so good for them and George Pickens has just been a no-show the last like 2 weeks. So,
yeah, he's been on a milk carton. He has been on a milk carton.
Very, very happy. Don't have to listen to that and hope again, we're going to take care of business so that you can't even give them the 1% chance that they still have of making the playoffs. It's not going to happen. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Daz, I agree with you. I mean, you want to see some get more consistency because you're skeptical. I get it. But the season's sort of been like this in our waves. You go win 4 or 5 in a row, lose 2, and rattle off another 4 and then lose 2. This time they lost 3. Went and got 1. So you hope you can rattle off another 4, 5, 6, 7, and just get hot down the stretch. But I think you need to get right game to be able to get to the next game, if that makes sense. You need to feel goods to be able to build off of that and move in a good direction moving forward. The last thing you needed was a 21-20 game versus the Raiders. And even though you got to win, now you got to try to carry that into another game when you're not really going in an upward direction.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was going to say, like, we were talking backstage before we started about how, like, the differences between this year and 2023, where, like, in the same situation where you played a bad team that was like Arizona Cardinals came on in and they stole a game from you when they had no business doing that, right? This isn't that team because a bad team comes on in across the country playing an early game in cold weather and you handled your business. So, like, as far
you didn't
as
let them off the hook.
Exactly. Like,
don't let them off the hook. They are what we thought they were.
We are though.
You know what I mean? You go to Arizona there, right? Going to a little Arizona clip.
That's such a great
you're
one.
Right. You're right because you're right. You're spot on. And everybody wondered what the difference was, and we talked about it on here numerous times. The defense isn't comparable to 2023. They weren't going to allow this to happen, and they proved that on Sunday where they didn't allow it to happen. Regardless of what the offense did, they said we're not going to allow this to happen, and that's how good they are.
Yeah,
that's
we can win 3-0. We can win 2-0 because we're not giving up anything.
They're that good, and not as good as they played last week because nobody's doing that. Right, but they're still damn good.
But it's the same type of intent, pressure and play they had against the Chargers as well, right? I mean, you sacked Justin Herbert 7 times, 7 times. So 6, 7.
It was 7, yeah.
That was so bad. I don't even know what it means, but I just know that
Nobody
happens.
knows what it means, but it's provocative. All right. But yeah, like, look, you still have an outside chance at the 2 seed, right?
Well, I was going
to
go there. So, depending on how your ending happens, because of the way the schedule works out, go rattle off 4 in a row to end the year here, and you're looking at the 2 seed to where you don't have to see, not that anyone's scared of the Rams, but you don't have to see the Rams till the title game.
Yep.
As opposed to, in the second round.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, like, I was talking to one of my buddies is a Bears fan, and he's like, yeah, dude, we could lose out and, like, miss the playoffs. I'm like, and I looked at their schedule. I'm like, yeah, because they play the Packers this week, who, again, team that's really banged up, right? I wouldn't be afraid of the Packers right now. Their defense is going to take a massive hit because Parsons is done for the year.
Yep.
Then they play the Niners, and then they play the Lions, who, if the Lions win out, right, they have a chance to win that division, right? They're all playing each other. They're going to beat each other up, right? So if they all beat each other up in, like, whatever situation, the Eagles win out, you can sneak into that 2 seed, right? Like, and for the fact that we were talking 2 weeks ago about how bad this team is, that they might, like, miss the playoffs, or maybe not us per se, but, like, national media, like, you're gonna be the 3 seed guaranteed. You can probably be the 2 seed, right? And then people are gonna be like, oh, all right, here's the Eagles. They won 4 straight, and realistically, I think the Eagles would be favored against everybody but the Rams, regardless of wherever they end up playing.
Agreed. Agreed. Because they've been favored against all them already this year.
Right.
When you talk about the Bears, the Packers, right? Whoever ends up in that potential second round matchup, they've already been favored on them. So yeah, absolutely. And again, Vegas doesn't look at emotion. Vegas doesn't look at what the team's doing. They just look at the stats and what the teams really are versus how they've been playing, right? Which is why you're still 11.5-point favorite against the Raiders when most people are like, how are they even favored against anybody coming off of 3 in a row?
Yeah, absolutely. But again, hey, Vegas knows. So
Vegas does know.
Vegas knows.
Vegas knows a lot. Vegas is a problem. And we're not talking about the Raiders.
I think it's the old Philly way.
Yeah, it's the old Philly way, and it's now you're counting on the Cowboys to take care of business too in that scenario, which is not the Cowboy way. So we can talk Philly way, Bill, and I'm not saying you're wrong. but it's not the Cowboy way. So we can lose 2 in a row. They can go win 2 in a row. Maybe. I find that highly unlikely. That not that we can lose 2 in a row because we already did. but that they're going to go win 2 in a row now after the way they've looked. No. Don't buy out.
And to be honest, though, it doesn't even matter what they do. All we got to do is win. One.
No, like the Dallas' season can be over at 8:00 on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Over 8:00 on Saturday night.
It has no bearings on what happens because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We control everything, which is what we've always wanted, right? Which is the way we want it in the end. We're going to, like you said, we're going to come in here a year after going to the Super Bowl, going through your ups and downs, and you're still going to win the NFC East. But you're not winning it like we're playing in the NFC South, where you're winning with a 9-8 record or a 9-7 record. You know what I mean? Like you're winning with a double-digit win record a year after a Super Bowl. Like that's just still a really, really good year.
Yeah, you're going to double-digit record. You have a chance to go 12-5 after the misery that was the middle of our season. You're probably going to end up. I'm going to say probably. Like you're going up to Buffalo next week. It's going to be a very tough game, but like they're beatable. I mean, they were down 21-0 to the Pats this past weekend before they decided to turn it on. So, and our defense is better than the Pats.
The whole league's beatable, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
I'm not afraid of anybody this year. Not afraid of a single team. And even like the Rams, who would probably be the only team that'd be favored over us in the entire league, I think. Like we're Sirianni's 4-0 against Sean McVay.
Yeah.
And they've won 9 of their last 10 against the Rams. So like not for nothing. We own the Rams. You already beat them this year. Like beat them twice last year. I don't know how much of that is mental, but can't be good. Like, oh shit, we gotta play these guys again. Damn.
Yeah, and you're right, right. There's something about that McVay Shanahan tree that just in big time games comes up small. Now, McVay did win a Super Bowl, right? So you got to give him that credit.
For sure.
But he has, like you just mentioned, we have beaten him the last 4 times?
4 times, last 4 times.
And 3 of them were within 6 months of a time.
Yep.
When you go back to the beginning of the year this year and then the end of the year last year. We played them late in the season. We played them in the playoffs, and then we played them again, week 3? Week 4? Something like that, right? So you play the same team that close together that many times. You'd think you'd throw in a loss somewhere. Mm-hmm. And we were able to find ways to win, even being down big, especially this year.
Yep, and then we'll see what happens with them because Devontae Adams has a hammy
Devontae
again.
Adams is most likely out.
Hammy again. Then Puka's been banged up a little bit. Their backs are good. They have 2 backs, but
them incorporating Blake Corum a little bit more has been a breath of fresh air for them.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, they're good. And going there versus them coming here is different too. But again, not overly worried about them because we went in there last year, being there. So
it's not like they're home, but it's not like a true home field advantage, right? It's not like it's not like playing in Lambeau or even Soldier Field where you're dealing with elements. It's inside. Most of the Eagles fan will be there.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably have like maybe a 60-40 Rams split, but it'd be pretty close.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Bill, the NFL would love it come down to Eagles Cowboys week 18. I just don't believe it's going to get there.
Yeah.
Because they got to go win games too. Like, we got to lose and they have to win. It's not like we're even right now.
Yeah.
They got catching up to do. So I don't see how they rig it to that, Bill. You know what I mean? I could see how they could rig it in a way if it was like a 1-game separation, but it's 2. And I just don't see how they do that within 2 weeks, unless they're winning 2 and we're losing 2. And that's asking for a lot. That's all. From them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they have their own issues right now.
Yeah.
Big time issues.
And defense, you're right. We do travel there well. We travel everywhere well. But
even there, look at the way that the NFL scheduled the schedule this year, right? Where they have a bunch of teams playing like divisional games, two teams like 2 of the last 3 weeks. And look at how that burned them this year. Like, they're thinking, Washington's going to be really good. And it's them and the Eagles going for the division. And Washington has 3 wins. And the Eagles are just be like, all right, Eagles, like, essentially clinched the division week 16. Their last 2 games don't matter per se. That's not what the NFL wanted.
No,
But,
for sure.
Like that's why they set this stuff up, which is like when you're looking at the schedule early, like, well, why do we got to play these teams like 2 out of the last 3 weeks of the year? Like it's just a weird scheduling quirk. Did the same thing with the Giants earlier in the year. Like you played them 2 out of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
and you're right. They were hoping the scenario that's going on in the NFC North would have trickulated over here to the NFC East.
Yeah.
To where everyone's got to play each other at the end of the year, and it all means something. Well, thankfully, for our sake, it doesn't, and it's going to be done this week.
Yes, sir.
Terry's officially back, right?
Terry's back. Yeah. He's one of my fantasy guys. I think he's healthy. I think he's been practicing. I know he's played the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I know he's played.
Yeah, no injury designation. He's been back the last 3 weeks.
And today's Eagles injury report is pulling it up now. Do not practices for Jalen, Landon, Fred, and Lane. Cameron Latu was limited practice and then full practice for Barkley, Zach, Tank, Jalen, and Cameron Williams. Everybody was a full participant. I'm sure a lot of those, the Landon and the Fred, the DMPs, I'm sure they're like Landon was cast/rest, right? So not necessarily an injury. Fred has a little bit of an ankle, but I think Lane's pretty close. Not that I would play him this week. Yeah, I would love to. Like, that's the other side of it, right? You go out and you take care of business this week. Lane does not have to play to the playoffs.
Yep. Same thing with Jalen, too, if you want to do that.
I don't need him to play against the Bills, even though most of the starters probably will play that game. Yep. The game they take off is week 18. You still go and try and win the Bills game because you're still playing for seeding.
Right.
But at least we don't have to put Lane out there, right? That's the biggest thing is keeping Lane off the field until the playoffs. And like you said, Jalen as well, Jalen Carter as well. Like we can keep him off. I've been pleasantly surprised with the defensive line with Jalen Carter out because in previous years we haven't been really good with him, right? That's just how good he is. But this year, the emergence of Moro Ajomo, bringing BG back and moving BG inside more, and of course, obviously the addition of Jalen Phillips, that defensive line has been awesome even without Jalen Carter.
Yeah, I mean, dude, BG had 2 sacks out of the DT spot.
Yeah,
like that's pretty, and he'd never done that. Like, well, every once in a while he does because he did it on the Super Bowl rush where he lined up inside in Super Bowl 52. But like, he was never a guy who would move inside a whole lot. It'd be like a every once in a while thing. But he did that a lot on Sunday, a lot the last couple weeks. So like having that depth there, especially with a veteran guy there who can get off the jump a little bit, and it's shown that he can beat those slower inside guards. Love to see it.
Yeah, and I think he realizes too that in his older age he is a bit slower, but that's where he's able to fill those snaps because Jalen's hurt. Like he's obviously not going to get as many snaps on the outside when you look at Smith, Jalen Hunt, Jalen Phillips, the likes of those guys. But naturally we'd rather give him snaps than Ty Robinson at this point in their careers. You trust BG more than a rookie Ty Robinson. That's not a shot, right? But it's who do you trust more? And John Malmos brings up a great name too. Jordan Davis has been awesome.
He has been.
Jordan Davis has been awesome this year, and especially here down the stretch, he has been awesome.
Yeah. Hey man, I know I've picked Jordan Davis a couple times to be my player of the game. It's worked out for him. The dude's been a monster.
Thanks, Johnny. Merry Christmas to you too, brother. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Johnny.
Jordan's been a monster.
Yeah, but I think having like BG line up inside, when you get a fully healthy defensive line, it can give guys a breather too.
Yep.
It helps the rotation.
It definitely does. It just makes you a little bit deeper, and we know that being deep up front come postseason time can be beneficial for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it.
Yeah, we definitely have. We've definitely felt it.
Yeah, being able to do those, we don't do it as much anymore, But like we used to do full line changes at some point.
Yeah,
It seemed like
we did.
we just bring an entire new defensive line. They'd be doing the same exact thing.
Well, that
But
was
yeah.
the 2018 Super Bowl year, right?
Yeah.
When you had the Fletcher Cox and those guys in the front line, and then you bring in Chris Long and all those guys on the second line.
Yeah.
Line change.
Yeah, no, it's nuts, crazy. Yeah, again, like good. It was very good to see them come out and just handle an opponent the way that they should. And you're playing again a similar opponent this week, where just go out and handle your business. That's all you have to do. Don't do anything crazy, because like the game on Sunday, it was never a doubt that we were going to win the game. Like because you took the ball down the field, you scored a relatively easy drive, you moved the ball pretty well, then you only had 1 3-and-out, which like that's been our Achilles heel all year.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I don't know if they changed the game plan up or whatever they ended up doing, because it looked a little different. But again, it was a lot of just similar. Just hey, look, we're better than you. Let's just go win a ball game.
You know what I think it mostly was, right? I just think it was compounding and adding on to stuff that we had been doing the last few weeks, right? Because we did a lot more against the Raiders. We did a lot more under center than we had the previous weeks. And then you started seeing other layers to different plays as well. I mean, we were great to play action under center, which most teams are. That's why most teams go under center, so you can involve the play action a lot more. But I think all of us have sat here over the last few weeks and sat here and said, the offense looks different. It looks better. We just weren't executing, right? There was good things that we were doing. Even a Chargers game, you go back, we made drives. We sustained drives. We just couldn't finish them. Yeah. And again, that was based off of just an absolute ugly game from Jalen, right? We never – all the turnovers and then penalties and stuff that has caused us to struggle all year reared its ugly head in that game. But there was good things happening. And I think we saw it all obviously come together against an inferior team where you are able to just absolutely physically dominate them. And then it showed a little bit of different wrinkles and layers to the offense that you don't see when you're struggling.
You think Max Crosby is regretting his contract extension?
No, because I think he's here in the offseason.
Yeah, I saw a podcast clip of him like talking about going.
Oh, he was glazing Philly.
Yeah, he absolutely did. He's like, oh man, it was great. Like, there was a bunch of Philly fans down at the hotel, like flipping us off, man. The snow was cool. Like looking around and seeing all the people in the parking lots. I took a couple pictures. I'm just like,
yeah, he's like, I never do that, but I took pictures.
I'm like, all right. He's like, hey, it shows family. Hey, look, this is where we're gonna be next year, guys. Here you go. Look how cool it is. Isn't it great? Yeah, be fun. That'd be sick. Talk me into that. Please.
He was a monster, even with no help.
He was. It's crazy. Absolutely.
But I think you said it, and we put the clip out, right? Like you hold him to under 1 sack, or under 1.5.
Yeah.
You're gonna fare very well, and that's exactly what we did. We held him under wraps, and again, I wouldn't think it would have mattered anyway.
Yeah.
But it's still nice to see the focus come back, right? I think that's a lot of what this year has been is, focus and the lack thereof. So to me, it was nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a clip today. It was either yesterday or today that the Eagles put out on like one of those slow motion clips that they do on Twitter all the time, of the deep ball to Devontae. I forget what drive it was on, but like a deep ball to Devontae where like they had the two backs in the backfield, which I like that. They've been doing that a lot, a little bit. So they put Shipley in motion going left. Saquon does like a fake handoff going right. Then he helps pick up on the Max Crosby block.
Yeah,
right, chips him. And then Jalen has enough time to throw a dime to Devontae, which is like a 50, 60-yard game, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, like, doing that stuff is nice to see because it's not the same shit that we've been seeing, early on in the year where, give me some wrinkles. Stop doing the same thing over and over and over again. So, but it's good.
Did they blur out the hold on that one? Because I think that was the same blatant hold on Crosby where Fred Jones got him like around the neck.
Might have been. I don't remember, but I saw like the play design was there, right? And like the chip block to help out there, it was there. But yeah, like I don't know if this is true or not, but it's kind of making me think like, who did they bring in? Who'd they bring in to help out with the offense? They haven't announced it yet. Who's the consultant they brought in? Not that I don't trust these guys, but just with how different it looks over the last.
Oh yeah.
They bring somebody in to help out with the offense. They just didn't announce it or something.
Well, there's I forget the guy's name. He was the head coach. We talked about him in the off season leading up to the draft. The head coach of Bowling Green, who's the quarterback's coach or an offensive assistant. And again, I don't know that they're getting more, but when you hear Nick talk about, now we're making sure everyone's voice is having some say. Maybe he's getting more comfortable being here and getting more comfortable voicing his opinion and his thoughts, right? Because one of the clips out there, not that we haven't run the tight end shovel pass ever, but Bowling Green used to do that a lot with Harold Fanning.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, maybe that was his influence, and I know those are there. You go. Thank you, Greg. Greg Miller, Scott LaFleur.
LaFleur, yeah.
Not Peter LaFleur.
Peter, yeah. Dodgeball. Here we go.
But so maybe he's getting some more, say or some more helping out a little bit more, because Bowling Green, even though they stunk, their offenses were usually pretty, or at least pretty effective.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Defense says more under center than they did in the last few weeks combined. I agree. 19 passes. It's perfect, right? We talk about it all the time. Tommy talks about it all the time. The under 25. That's what we need to keep jailing, and we were there. Combination against the Raiders, and they stuck to things that have been successful in recent weeks. Yeah. Greg Miller believes Roger Goodell is a part of the I don't like the Eagles club.
hard agree. Good point, Greg. Good point.
I think they got in Jalen's ear about just taking the check down. Yeah, just take the positive play and move on. Yeah, defense. Tommy, I think you brought that up on Sunday that he did in those few, because there's only 19 passes, but in those few instances, he was able to find the check down more frequently than he had in previous weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he looked more under control. He looked more decisive in what he wanted to do with the football in those limited attempts. But again, when you make him a playmaker first, and you allow him to use his legs, it just opens everything up. I mean, I've said that for too long. I don't need the guy rushing 25 attempts, but there should be at least 7 runs in there. I'm not saying all designed, but if you talk about the RPO format, if you talk about just dropping back, nothing there, or if you talk about it designed, right? So, 7 to 8 runs designed. I mean, I need 45, 50 yards out of him on the ground, because I accumulate that to about 100 in the air. I do. I just double that in the air, because most of the time those types of run break teams down or extend drives. So I say that by saying, okay, if you throw for 200 and you give me 50 on the ground, that's almost like a 300-yard day, almost, in a weird way. So again, I'm not adding numbers to the guy's resume here. I'm just saying there's a little more of an impact when he uses his legs, because now our running game gets going more. Our passing game opens up. Just things open up. It's just common sense. And I know, hey, I don't need to run this guy in November into the ground. I get that too, especially with the talent you have. Just needs to be a part of your game. Needs to be on tape. And teams need to respect it. And now it's been more on tape, which means we're going to have to respect it more. Opens shit up.
Yeah.
It just does. It just does. I only press these simple issues because they're so basic with our team, because we saw it for so long. Mm-hmm. Right? It's not like we just took over this. Jalen's our quarterback and Nick's this. And we didn't just get here. We've been doing it for a minute. Right? And when you're doing it for a minute, you sort of know what you do well.
Yeah.
You know what makes your offense go. And like most offenses, it's the running game, but it's the combo of the quarterback and this one that really makes it go. So we'll see. We'll see if they continue it. I highly doubt they want it. I mean, the injury rate in this league is 100%. Do I want to see him get hurt? Absolutely not. But he can get hurt in the pocket too.
Yeah.
He's got to learn how to go down better, and those types of things. And maybe that's why they don't like him running too much, because he's not good at going down for whatever reason. But I did think he attacks the middle of the field, Bill, to this point more over the last few weeks. So, I mean, everybody's got holes in their game. I don't I think when he's on time and he's in rhythm and he's not overused, I think he's really good. I think we've seen that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of quarterbacks start putting him in the 40 attempt game, 35 plus game, man. He's just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Ain't many guys who can do that shit. And there's a few carriers of that through the history of the league that you say, all right, let him put him on his back. Right? I mean, Dan Marino started that one, and that didn't age to anything, like wins wise.
Right. Yeah.
You know, Elway's a big spinner. It go gets TD, and they sort of change up what they do.
Yeah.
And you get a running game like Aikman, another guy, man, like 25, 30 attempts, dude. And they had big time playmakers, but we're going to set it up with the run.
Yeah.
We're going to play good defense. We're going to control the clock. Like, this isn't shots. You know, Montana, they ran the football, man. Steve Young, they ran the football. So if you just go over the course of it, the New England Patriots ran the goddamn football outside of 1 year, and then they won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
Lost to the Giants. So, I mean, they broke all kinds of records. They were unbelievable, blah, 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 blah. They didn't finish the job.
Yeah.
Because at some point, you got to be able to run it enough, man. You got to be able to run it.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to come up against a team that can slow you down in the passing game or whatever, and you got to be able to run it. And there's more. There's more.
See how fired up Sirianni was after that AJ Brown touchdown? See how fired up he was? There was a clip of that. Oh my God, Siri, shut up.
And then the other side of it is like when you look at I'm gonna lose this one. It's great. Yeah, I lost it. We're back.
Well, we're talking about AJ Brown, Sirianni.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but we're good.
My bad.
No, it's not you.
No.
That's a me problem.
That's called dad brain.
Yeah, it is.
Late night dad brain.
Well, yeah. Only got started at like 9 today. You know what I mean? Like all of us.
Yeah.
All right. You want to get into predictions?
Yeah.
Score predictions. I'm feeling good. What's the weather supposed to be like? Is it supposed to be decent?
It's not going to be that bad. I think the weekend's
No
going to
snow
be,
though, right?
It's a high of 49 here. What's
Yeah,
it going to be in DC?
That's good enough.
Yeah.
33-17.
Good number. Yeah, a high of 51 on Saturday. Well, that's Sunday. Shit, Saturday. I'm kidding. It's Saturday. Damn it.
That's the NFL's fault.
Yeah.
Where's Greg at?
45.
Goodell hates us.
45. That's
45.
not terrible.
Oh, I thought you were going score 45. I'm like,
No, we're not putting up 45. We only do that in the NFC Championship game. Who?
Bazinga.
Yeah. Let's see. They gave up 22 to the Giants. 34 20.
34-20.
Yeah, I think they're going to move the ball a little bit. 34-20.
James, thanks for chiming in. It says safe to say we're stuck at the 3rd seed, and then he's got Eagles 31-10. James, I don't think it's not necessarily set yet, James. That NFC North has got a gauntlet over the next few weeks. They're all going to play each other so they could take care of themselves and somebody move out. And if, of course, we go and win out, we will probably be the 2 seed. So it's not set, but if it ended today, yes, we're the 3 seed.
If the Bears lose 2 of their 3 games, I think if the Bears lose 2 of their last 3, they'll be 11 and whatever. If the Eagles win out, we'll win the 2 seed. But then we have the tiebreaker over the Packers and we have tiebreaker over the Lions. So whatever happens there. So
28-17 Eagles.
28-17. I like it. All very decisive wins. Love it. Let's start on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive player of the game. I'm gonna go Reed. I go back to my my guy. Hasn't played the greatest this year, but I think he gets a pick this week. He gets a pick off of Mariota, and he leads the team in tackles.
Reed Blankenship leads the team in tackles. It's a bold one.
It's a safety. He's usually up there anyway.
Fair enough. Let's see. I'm gonna go Zach Bond this week. Mariota, like it's similar to Jaden Daniels, where like Eagles running quarterbacks have given us problems in the past. So not allowing him to escape the pocket, like because I know Herbert did it a few times a couple weeks ago, and I think that's really the reason why we ended up losing that game outside of the turnovers. Because like that was able to sustain drive. So if Zach Bond can go sideline to sideline and maintain him in the pocket, I don't think the rest of our guys are going to have a problem handling that offense. So Zach Bond just containing the extra running of Mariota, maybe Nakobe Dean in there too, but go Zach Bond. So
love it. He had a huge pick.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see him catch one, right? Because didn't he miss one a few weeks ago that would have ended the game, the Cowboys game.
Yeah.
We win that game. You catch that ball.
Get him right in the hands.
Give me Alex Hunt.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Give me 2.5 sacks.
Oh, talk dirty to me, baby.
2.5 sacks.
It's like he's been all over the freaking field.
He has been.
I just feel like he's motor all over the field right now. So let's ride him.
And I think, Tommy, to that point, right? I think the addition of BG, Jalen Phillips, Nolan Smith coming back, even Nakobe coming back, took a little pressure off of him that he might have been putting on himself early in the season. Because just like most of everybody, since the Jalen Phillips and Nakobe Dean and Nolan Smith coming back, Jalen Hunt's been awesome.
It's been great. He's
been all over the football field. He's been all over the field on the defensive side of the ball. It's awesome. It's cool to see. Before we go to the offensive side, did you guys see Patrick Queen join Shady and Acho the one night, or maybe it was Monday night after his game, and they asked him the current top 5 linebackers, and he threw Nakobe in there at number 5. And he said since Nakobe's come back, he's been balling out, and he has been. And we obviously love Nakobe, but it was cool to see naturally other people, especially other linebackers, see it also when they're watching around the league as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it.
Greg Miller's with me. Greg Miller's with me. Let's go, Greg.
Oh, pick 6 or
must be like 30 yards out because Reed's not outrunning anybody on that. must be a quick one.
Jason Charles Phillips with a sack and a half, forced fumble, and a TD. Holy smokes!
Oh, big day.
Wow.
Yes, Jason, what's your score at? What are we scoring there, brother?
Can I get Jalen Phillips with that stat line just as my defense in fantasy this week?
Yeah, right.
Christ.
That'd be a double digit, right? Double digit game for fantasy.
Yeah, just for him. So yeah, it's a one point's a sack, fumbles 2, I think, and then touchdowns at least 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like 9, 8, 9, just right there. So there you go.
Offensive side, man, going first is hard. There's only 3 of us. There's a lot of pressure. Give me Devontae this week. We'll go opposite of. We'll get him in there. We'll get him into a touchdown, 75 and a tutty.
It's a Saquon game. Saquon cooked Washington last year. Absolutely cooked them. I still go back and watch him like the first run in the NFC Championship game every once in a while. It's just absurd.
Spinning over everybody.
Absolutely absurd that he breaks 3 tackles, runs like after they just put that drive together to go kick a field goal. First play, touchdown. Like, all right, we're chilling. Let's go. Saquon's gonna. I think he's only had a couple 100-yard games this year. Let's go.
I don't know. Has he had any?
I think he's had 1 or 2. Saquon goes for $125 and 2 touchdowns. Buck 25, 2 touchdowns.
Giants, Chargers. You're right. Giants, Chargers. 150 versus Giants, 122 versus Chargers.
Leaving me a lot of spots here.
Got a lot of options, Tom.
Not a lot I like. I don't really like taking Dallas the week after he has a big week.
Yeah.
I mean, AJ's cooked Washington over in the past too. So
Yes.
give me AJ. I don't want 100 yards because that just equals bad news for us. So give me AJ 92 tutties.
He's got 2 though. A lot of it.
That helps me in fantasy. I was going to take Devontae because I didn't want to take AJ because he's on both my fantasy teams in the semis. So can't take AJ this week.
Yeah, I don't want to take Jalen because I sort of feel like I did him dirty. I sort of started taking him, and then I feel like the wheels fell off. You know, I started pointing fingers, and then so I can't do that to him.
You know what? Hey, that's good. Good accountability. Good for you.
Someone's
you got to learn from mistakes here. You know what I mean? You got to grow. It's all about growth. We're growing here. Right? I said to myself, "How could you take him again, Tom? This is the game he bounces back." I think I finally got it right after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. This is the week if I know Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I think I said it before the Chargers. If I know Jalen Hurts.
Hey man, if you keep saying something enough times, it'll be right eventually.
Yeah, I didn't know the 5 picks, Jalen, or 5 turnovers, Jalen Hurts. I haven't met him. That was my first time meeting him. That wasn't fun.
No, it's not ideal.
No, that was Halen Jerts. It wasn't Jalen Hurts. It was Halen Jerts that week. Halen Jerts that week.
Hey, Halen. Yeah, Greg, you're spot on, man. He's been all over the football field. Jokes on. So great pick.
Yeah. No, again, I just expect more of the same. A lot of good from everybody. It's honestly better when everybody eats. I don't like those games where it's really just one guy, right? Like when you see a little bit of everything from everybody.
Well, what makes a good offense? Force feed.
Ball around.
Yeah, force feed or spread it around, man. Get guys involved. I'm going to throw 19 times. I mean, I can keep guys happy throwing 19, 20 times. I'm telling you, I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm only throwing the 3 fucking guys. And the 4th being a running back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's balls to go around here.
Mm. And what's sad is his balls to the running back were probably his worst balls of the day. He was so far behind Saquon on those 2 or 3 attempts to the outside, and it was just like, come on, Jalen, what are you doing? But everything else was on the money.
Oh, listen, guys, they can plan for Jalen to beat him with his arm. But that's where RPOs come in. That's where, things like that come in, where you can try to let a guy beat you with his arm, but when he starts beating you with his arm, then what? So we'll see. We'll see the response they have again this week. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good response. I think they're like you said, Tommy. We've seen that response before. We've seen that even this year in the ebbs and flows of this year, and it feels like that this climb is getting ready to climb through the playoffs. Right, this is the role they go in through the playoffs. So
we figured something out. Right, I think we've been figuring out a little bit more on. Well, not figuring it out. We've been going back to a little bit more of what our identity is, and I think that's the key here. And we're playing better with that identity. We're growing with that identity. It's never left. It's just sometimes they get cute.
Yeah.
Right. And what I mean by that, sometimes they'll throw it 35 times.
Yeah, let's see if we can win this way. We're bored.
Like,
we're bored.
guys, you know what wins. Right? Grind out. Again, I give Bigsby more carries because he's downhill. Like, you need somebody who can run between the center and the guard, man. Like, and no disrespect to Saquon Barkley, he does not want to run in between that. Like, I'm not taking a shot at him. I watch the game with my eyes. I watch guys lower their shoulder, and I watch guys that seem like you're dancing. Now, he's a great running back. Nobody's taking that away. But stop running the under center between the two gap. Like, stop, dude.
Yeah, get outside.
Like, that's a Bigsby run. He's shown that to be his runs.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you become predictable. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, doesn't mean you never run Saquon in there. It's not, because then you become predictable. So you gotta have some balance with it. Yeah. But Goodness gracious, man.
But you're right, though. Those are a lot of the runs that Kenny had last year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of short yards runs where you're like, why are we running Kenny Gainwell up the middle? But he would get those. He ran with a very similar, veracity that Tank runs with. And I'm, again, not saying that Saquon doesn't, but and there's times Saquon hits a hole in the middle and goes and because he's that good. But this year he hasn't been that good in the middle. Most of his stuff is on the outside and to the left side. Yeah. If we want to get even more specific. And
where Tank's been successful is right up the gut.
Yeah.
So you just sit back and watch and you're like, come on, guys. But I think I think defense said it here. They're settling into what works. I think the biggest thing is, your quarterback wants to win more than anything else. So when you have that, he's willing just to play games to win.
Yeah.
No, look.
Yeah, he had some cryptic answer to a press to a question this week. It was I can't even regurgitate it to but it was so cryptic. But it was basically about all I want to do is win. And however we got to get there, and however I got to, if we try something that doesn't win, then it's not a failure. It's just we learn from it, we move on, and we try the next time to do something different to get that win. And it was super cryptic, but it's typical Jalen Hurts, right? It's what he does.
Look, even if the game plan's to beat him or to force Jalen to beat you with his arm, he's thrown for 300 yards 4 times against Washington in his career, and they've won all 4 of those games. So, all right, you want to test those waters again? Okay, that's fine. We'll do that. But again, yeah, the team wants to run the football, and if you make them throw the ball again, we've talked about I don't know how many times now, 25-ish times, right? How many times did you throw the ball this past week? 19? Yeah, not even. So, if you can do something again like that, where again he threw 3 touchdown passes, technically, the Goddard shovel passes don't really count, but they do.
Yeah.
But again, he can open stuff up at if you're running those more under center plays, you do a little play action, right? You get a little different looks for defenses where they're pushed up because they don't want to let Saquon beat them. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have my guy who throws one of the best deep balls in football over your head. So get after it. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want him throwing him much, but when needed, he can beat you with his arm. I didn't know that. I love that stat that he's thrown over 300 yards against the.
Yeah, he's thrown for over
Commanders
300
and has
3 times, and then he threw one game was 296. So I just rounded up.
Yeah,
it's not like you can't do it. It's just we're not built. We're not built that way all the time,
right?
There's weeks where the game just dictates that a little bit. But more often than not, the weeks dictate, hey, 25 attempts, which is still we act like that's you're not throwing the ball at all.
Right.
That's what we act like, but that's enough, man. That's enough. And we've seen him be able to put up 240 yards in the air. We've seen big passing games with minimal attempts. So I don't know what the problem is.
No, I mean, you hit.
The problem is we lost, right? That's the real problem. Is this run where we lost, so everything gets magnified.
Sure. I only really remember 2 throws that Jalen made on Sunday. Not that he was good. The 2 throws I remember were the deep ball to Devontae and the touchdown to AJ Brown. That was it. And those combined were 110 yards. So all right,
yeah,
there's half of your passing yards on 2 plays. It's not that hard. Again, you're getting, I don't know, what's the average completion? 10 yards for the most part, maybe 15. Right, so if you complete, you throw the ball 20 times, you go 18 of 25 for 15 yards of completion. That's 230, 240, something like that. That's more than enough sometimes.
Trying to pull up this last game.
Yeah, the Rams, Seahawks. Greg, I got the Rams tomorrow night. Please, for the love of God, feed me the Seahawks round 1 of the wild card weekend. Please. They stink. They stink out loud.
11.7 was his average on Sunday.
Yeah, so as long as you're over 10 yards of completion, then you're completing again 17, 18 passes, right? If you're throwing the ball 25 times, plenty.
And Tank, to our point earlier, Tank had 17 carries. Now, granted, a lot of that was that last drive, but there was a few drives or a few snaps mid-game where Saquon got banged up a little bit. That he was in there, and we didn't miss a beat. To what we've all talked about, we didn't miss a beat there.
Thanks so much.
Give me the Seahawks just because they're at home, and yes, the Rams are better, but without Devontae, I think that defense, and then you got to play outside. In Seattle is usually a tough place to play. Their defense is pretty good, but the Rams are the better team realistically. But that hasn't meant anything all year.
Look, man, one of the first, I've seen the Seahawks play, but I watched them play Phillip Rivers, and they only kicked field goals. I'm like, come on, dude, what are we doing? Like, that team stinks, man. They have JSN, that's it.
Yeah. But I would love them. I wouldn't be worried if we saw them in the playoffs for sure. Mm-hmm. And the other possible opponent as of now would be the Niners.
I'm not worried about them either.
Again, come back to the place that haunts you.
Yeah, please come back.
Come back to the place that haunts you.
Please come back. I think the last time they were here, Saquon or CMC was the last person to take a snap under center for them.
Yeah, that's right. We took the QB out.
Well, yeah, man. They had Purdy, and then Purdy got hurt, and they brought in like Josh Johnson or something, and he got hurt. And CMC was running Wildcat, and then I think they brought Purdy back in and just like hand the ball off or something.
I do remember that.
And then they started complaining. I think that was the reason the third QB thing came around. I think like the emergency third quarterback. I think that was the reason why.
I think you're right.
It's like, you know what? Hey, man, if you want to block, God, who was it? It was the Temple guy. He was a Cardinal, and we traded him to the Jets.
Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, Hassan Reddick comes around the edge. You try to block him with a tight end, and then your quarterback's out of the game. Like, all right, maybe not block a dude who had 18 sacks during the season with a tight end.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, something like that. It was just like, then they complaining the whole time. They're like, yeah. I guess their revenge was them starting our miracle collapse in 23. But whatever.
Yeah,
Shanahan still hasn't done. Shanahan, that man. Every year that guy collapses.
Choke City with that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Feed me Kyle Shanahan.
Choke City.
Feed me Sam Darnold. Give me anybody. I don't really care. Feed them all.
Yeah, we got some ghosts that Sammy can run into here.
Yeah, second drive, Sammy's seeing ghosts again.
we got some good old ghosts here in the friendly confines of South Philadelphia.
They'd probably make that like a Monday night game for us too, to give us another short week going into the second week.
Probably.
They'd give it some stupid shit like that because we can't have a normal schedule.
No. And it's so funny because like you look at this game, you probably look at the schedule, you're like, all right, you got a full week, but then as you later on in the year, as you start diving in, you're like, holy shit, this is just short week. This is technically a short week.
So
that was a funny clip with Sirianni, like, get your bodies right. We got a short week, and people are like, what?
Yeah, again.
Like, yeah, guys, we play Saturday
again. It's just been the weirdest year. Just so weird scheduling wise. It's insane.
Yeah, it's definitely been super odd. And not an excuse, but probably plays into some of the struggles.
Oh, absolutely.
Not an excuse. You're professional athletes. You got to go do it. And it inside of every one of those games, we had opportunities to win, right? So it's not saying that was obviously that was the reason, but it causes some of these blunders and these mental mistakes when you are up and down all year.
Your first back-to-back home games all year are going to be week 18 and then the first round of the playoffs.
And half those guys aren't even playing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then if you get the 2 seed, you'll be able to play 3 straight. Maybe. We'll see. But either way, like, yeah, that's insane. It's really
Yeah, Jesse, in the middle of college, the playoffs is a bold strategy.
Yes.
But the NFL don't care. NFL went up against the NBA for Christmas Day. On stream too. Like they were like, yeah, we're even gonna put it behind Netflix and we'll still outview the NBA on their day.
It's actually insane. Yeah, they don't care. They just know that people will watch the NFL over everything else.
Yeah. All right. Anything else Sixers wise? Let's get some Phillies talk in here. Unless anyone got anything else, Sixers or
PG's been playing well, but not
yeah,
a whole lot else.
We can touch those Sixers. They don't
Yeah.
play till Friday.
Yeah, it's fine.
They come back Friday. Forget who they come up back against. Is it the Knicks? Will they play the Knicks?
Who just won? Hey, NBA Cup champion, New York Knicks. You know,
Yeah, New York won.
they're not. Everybody is worried that they're not hanging a banner for the NBA Cup. You know, so.
Hey, I know when we were 4-0, we were talking about how we'd react to it. So.
Like, oh, let's have a parade. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, Sixers are fine. Not again. The NBA season starts
Next week.
Yeah, next week. So Christmas. Yeah, PG's been playing pretty well. He had 7 threes the other night. Embiid had 39 the game before that, so he's been looking a little bit better. But yeah, I'm not overly worried about the Sixers at the moment. So
no, but PG playing well though helps, right? PG playing well helps, and it'll help once Maxey, which I'm assuming is Friday, once Maxey gets back from being sick, and it just helps. It just helps provide another outlet for him and another veteran presence, because we know that Joel is going to be up and down all year, just in terms of playing. Right, once he's on the court, he's going to be Joel. Or as close to Joel as possible. But
it just gives him another veteran who can create his own shot, and that's the most important part.
100%.
Yeah. Another thing there, I want to know why McCain hasn't been playing as much. Right, he played 18 minutes. Like recently, he's been playing a little bit more, I guess. But I'd like to see them give him a little bit more run. Try to get him back in some form of flow. Like, played 14 minutes against the Pacers. They played against the Lakers. 13 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them try to get him a little bit more of a flow, like more like what he was doing last year when he was playing. I don't know if I necessarily need him to play 25 minutes, but maybe give him 20, right? Because he's good enough to be able to play.
Yeah, and it felt like we talked about this a couple of weeks ago because it was the same thing, right? It was the same. What's going on? Like where are they at? And I mean, right now, he's averaging 17.8 minutes per game, and over his last 10, he's been up at 22.
Yeah, he's played a little bit more.
He's been up at 22 over the last 10, which, when you're missing Maxey, you hope that his minutes pick up a little bit because he did play well last year.
Yeah, I'd like to see them try to get him a little bit more engaged, involved, because he hasn't been scoring a whole lot. Because he was really good in starting last year, then he got hurt, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them try to get him involved a little bit more, just to give you another guard who can, move the ball around, be quick, hit some jump shots, get to the rim. Be nice.
But to your point, versus the Lakers, he only played 13 minutes. Versus the Pacers, he only played 14, and even against the Hawks, he only played 18. Right? So
so
give
him a little bit, especially because Maxey hasn't been playing a whole. He's been out, so you would think that he would get more minutes there, but he just hasn't. So
you wonder if something is still wrong, or if it just fell out of favor in Nurse's rotation.
Yeah. Oh well. Either way, again, Sixers really start. Oh, they don't even play on Christmas this year. There's only play on Christmas this year. It's crazy. First time in how long? First time in how long Sixers don't play on Christmas? Probably like 7-8 years.
I think so. Yeah, because last year was the Boston. We all thought we were back.
Yeah.
That was the first time that everybody played together. I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh my
it
God,
was.
here we go! Let's go!
We're back.
We're all the way back.
That's what we thought. That's what we thought. All right, boys. I got to roll, but
All right.
I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
See you, bud. Yeah. So yeah, we don't play. It's good. We don't have to. You don't have to force. I'm not forced to watch it, but you don't have to sit there and watch them on Christmas. You can watch the football or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. You're right. The season starts to kick up here, and even though we looked at this the other day, like they're only like they're only a couple games out of right now. They're the 6th seed, but they're a game back of the 3 seed, right? So they're all right there. Like Toronto's got the 3 seed at 5.5 back, and the Sixers are 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this before the season started, where it's like, look, the East is wide open. It's so wide open.
It really is.
Like the best team in the Eastern Conference is Detroit, and not nothing. Like Detroit's good. Like, do you mean tell me like if we play Detroit in the playoffs, am I gonna be afraid of Detroit? No. So
yeah,
but like again, you're a half game back of Boston and Orlando. You're a game back of Toronto. You're not all that far behind the Knicks. Like they have a couple games in hand, right? But like, I mean, again, it's early. Just got to make sure that these guys are. You're not running PG and beat it into the ground. You're not running Maxey 40 minutes a night. Like you just got to find these guys time. Just do your best to, again, it's a grind of a season, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Nurse has been, at least like the last couple of years, just like, hey, look, we're going to run our guys out there as much as we can and just try to win as many games as we can. Like, yeah, that's important. But you're going to be in the playoffs, at least as long as everybody stays healthy.
Yeah.
So, try to minimize their minutes a little bit, and then maybe they play a little bit more come like February, March, April. Then you're good going into the playoffs. It always seems like it's the opposite with these guys.
Yeah.
Where like they come out really hot and then they kind of like teeter off later on.
And they drag to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And their schedule coming out of the NBA Cup is fairly favorable. I mean, of course you got the Knicks, but then you're home Dallas, home Brooklyn, at Chicago. That's the day after Christmas. And then Oklahoma City, but then you go at Memphis, at Dallas, back. Dallas is on New Year's Day, and then back to New York before you come back home. So, not terrible hard stretch. Some good games in there, but some games that you would think that you should be able to handle, and finish that that 8 games, 10 games with a winning record, right? Yeah,
I mean, I don't need you to go 8-2. Give me at least a 6-4, maybe a 7-3. Tell you what, I know I'm going to be watching that OKC game. I'll see how that game goes because OKC is disgusting.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think they're going to make it. I think they're a good team.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good, man. And I think they also have 2 first-round draft picks this year, which is disgusting.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Just disgusting.
Stupid. Good work, NBA. Well, actually, good work them, right? They were.
Oh, it's great by them.
They are ideally what we wanted and hoped that the Sixers would be with the process.
That they did the exact thing that what
Sam Hinkie.
Sam Hinkie wanted to do, man. Like he just took all bad contracts. He stacked it up. Like they didn't even have like people 2-6. Everybody had was just bad.
Yeah.
I think the problem with the Sixers was they got guys who were pretty good too quickly, and they couldn't just be awful and just stack draft picks.
Yeah.
Screw Adam Silver and the NBA for making us do that. Because we could beat that right now. We've already won 3 championships.
Yeah. It's a crock. It really is.
Yeah.
But not shocking. Not shocking coming from the NBA.
Not shocking at all. They don't want. They want us to be in it. They don't want us to win, though.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they want.
Right. I have a big issue with the Phillies right now. I have
big issue with the Phillies. I have issues with the Phillies too. So let's hear yours first.
I have big issues with the Phillies, and I hope they come out and they prove me wrong, not playing wise, but over the next few weeks. Because when you hear that Dave Dombrowski has essentially admitted that our outfield is set right now, I have very, very big issues right now. Because this team is not good on paper.
It's not good enough.
It's not good enough. Correct. It's not good enough. This team right now on paper is not good enough. You didn't upgrade anything. You gave a whole lot of money to an aging Kyle Schwarber, which is fine. He had a really good year, right? You knew it was happening. So again, we're not rehashing that. But if your moves are Kyle Schwarber, Adolis Garcia, JT Realmuto, and then banking on a 20-year-old Justin Crawford to be a different spark, Houston, we got a problem.
No, absolutely.
Now,
I
do love what they're doing in the bullpen.
Yep.
I do love what they're building in that bullpen. When you look at, Duran, Alvarado, Strom, if he sticks around, Kerkering, Banks, and now Brad Keller. When you look at his numbers, they're stupid filthy.
He was disgusting last year. They turned a guy. Shout out to Chicago because they turned a guy who was a middling 4th, 5th starter for the majority of his career, and now they threw him out in the bullpen to be a high leverage guy, and he allowed 1 earned run after the All-Star break. What an absolute stud. Fastball velo went from like 93 to 97, 98. Like, talk about a guy like embracing the role too, because some guys don't want to do that. So good for him.
Sure. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that aspect. Like we're on different sides of the Schwarber thing, which we've talked about. Like I love bringing him back. You were kind of hesitant about it, which is fine. And like I like it in a bubble. I like the Adolis Garcia signing too.
I love that part. I do actually like it. I love it.
Perfect. I like
great signing.
It is. It's good. It's a low risk, high reward.
Great signing in exactly that, right?
So
like low risk. Yes.
So again, good low risk, high reward signing. 1 year, $10 million. Cool guy. Obviously won a World Series with the Rangers a couple years ago. Was an absolute tank.
Was the best player on the field.
He was ALCS MVP. He outside of Corey Seager, he was the best player on the field in the World Series. Absolute stud, right? Brings in an energy that I don't think you've really had. Because I keep seeing this one clip of him hitting a home run in like June of last year and just losing his mind. Yeah. I'm like, I want that. I need that. And I know we talked about it a little bit, or like maybe like offhandedly. The Phillies are really white.
Yeah.
So you go out and get a guy who's, a Cuban guy, brings a little color, a little flavor into the lineup. Love it. Okay, cool. But yeah, I completely agree with your sentiment on
Brinks. We're talking about it right now, brother.
Yeah. If this is the sentiment that this is your outfield, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Right.
Yeah.
I do think that Garcia moving from a hitter's into a hitter's ballpark out of Texas, which is a monstrosity of a pitcher's ballpark. He's going to do better here, right? And like obviously you're going to slide him in between Schwarber and Harper, which is going to be good.
Are you?
I think so.
But after the year he had, are we really putting him in like the 4 hole?
Maybe not initially, but I think he's going to.
To your point, like where do you put him then?
Right. But if that's the only move, and I think I'm higher on Justin Crawford than you are. So I think he's going to do pretty well hitting wise and getting on base, and like he's going to play better defense than people think he's going to. But we know what Brandon Marsh's like faults are. And then your other options are Otto Kemp, who's okay, and then Weston Wilson, and then maybe like one of the other guys like Rincones or something. I don't know, whatever guy you can like slide in there. Like, is that what we're gonna do? Then we're gonna run Alec Bohm out there again, and then Bryson Stott out there again, and then another year older JT Realmuto. Like all of these guys who are so streaky, who I like when they're playing well, right? But like the fact that he says, or Dombo said, "Yo, we can't. Like we're done with the outfield." There's no way you can be done with this outfield. You're gonna line up this unless you're going out and trading, or you're gonna sign Bregman, or you're gonna trade for Ketel Marte, or you sign Bo Bichette, right? To make your infield that much better, where you can take a little bit of a breather in the outfield, and then you maybe like flip Bohm or Stott for like more reliever help, or maybe a starter or something like that. This team is not good enough. The lineup is not good enough. You're gonna run the same team out there. Because like all I've been seeing over the last couple of days, because again, I love the Adolis Garcia signing, is like, oh, he's basically Nick Castellanos. I'm like, yeah, okay. So if he performs like Nick Castellanos, which I don't think he's going to perform that badly, just because you put him in a better hitting situation than what he had in Texas, right? Like, there's no way you can conceivably look at this roster and be like, yeah, okay, cool, we can compete with the Dodgers.
We can go against the Dodgers.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because you definitely want to put the exact same lineup that scored, I don't know exactly, but like, hey, 7 runs against
5
the
runs
in 5 games.
Yeah.
Like come on, man. We can't do this again.
And my only issue with Crawford this year is you're just asking too much of him.
Yes, that too.
In this current setting, right? With this current setting, you're asking too much of him. You're asking him to go be a dude. And he might be a dude, but that is so much of an ask of a rookie. To be a dude, even in the 9-hole, right? Even in the 9-hole, go be a dude. Do you know how hard that is for a rookie?
Yeah.
I mean, we know this, and then you're right. You're going to platoon Otto Kemp, and I love Otto Kemp, and I love Brandon Marsh, but you're going to platoon those guys in left field. What are we doing?
Look,
and Garcia brings a better defensive. Obviously, me, you, and Brinks are better defensively than Casty, But I also think that he's going to strike out more than Casty did. So they're essentially the same player.
Again, they're very, very similar players. So
they're different, but profile-wise for this team, they're the same player, right? That's what it's going to be. You're going to be a 6 or 7 hole hitter. On a great day, you're going to move up to the 5 hole, right? When you're going good, you're going to be a 5 hole hitter. But if this is it, I have major issues.
No, it can't be it. It can't be it. Like, if you're gonna tell me, I don't know, man. You can't run this outfield out there again, unless you're thinking, and for some way, shape, or form, that Aiden Miller has a chance to come up this year, and you're gonna move Trey Turner to like center field or like left field or something, and that's what you're gonna do. Then like, okay, you can talk me into that. But again, you're asking another rookie to come up here and be a stud, which like, and I don't think he's going to. I think he's like gonna be a spring training guy, see what he can do, go tear up AAA, and then maybe see him in September, if not next year.
Yeah.
Right. So
he's definitely 1 year away. 100%. He's 1 year away.
Like it's so frustrating. Like, no, again, I don't really blame Dombrowski in a sense where like, all right, hey, unless you're going to go out and sign another left-handed hitter in Kyle Tucker, another left-handed hitter in Cody Bellinger in the specific outfield market, or you're going to go pay Harrison Bader, I don't know, $15-20 million a year. I don't know if you want to do that, right? Like,
I'd rather do that than run this outfield, though.
As would I would, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I can take another year of Brandon Marsh striking out against left-handed pitching. I don't know if I could.
Well, I don't think we're going to. I mean, they don't trust him enough, so it's going to be sparing with him when he does face a lefty. Whether it's Wilson or Kemp, I think the organization at least wants Kemp in the lineup more times than not.
Yeah.
Which is, even as a guy that is an Otto Kemp guy, whatever you call that, but that's a bold strategy.
It is, dude. Like,
because he didn't tear the cover off the ball in his limited time here.
No.
He was okay, but he wasn't like, I need this guy in my lineup 160 games a year.
Yeah. No, man. I want the Phillies to be the Dodgers. Go and get people.
Right.
Go and pay them $1 billion.
You asked Justin Crawford to be an all-star when we had stupid money.
Yeah, like look, I saw a post earlier today. The Dodgers are paying 9 players $1 billion. $1 billion. I don't want to hear any excuses on this shit.
Yeah.
There's teams that are out there that are doing it, man. Go out and get Kyle Tucker. Go get Cody Bellinger. Right? Go pay them this money, because obviously you running out the same roster with the guys that are a year older, right, and a lesser pitching staff isn't going to work.
Yep.
Yes, your bullpen's better, but your starting rotation is going to take a hit. Unless Andrew Painter comes up, and again, asking a rookie to be Ranger Suarez
asking
or
a rookie,
better.
asking a rookie to be something different.
Again, in a nutshell, in a bubble, I like the moves that they've made so far, but this cannot be it, dude.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Each move individually is fine, right? It is the moves that you potentially had to make.
Right.
But yeah, if we're done, like I could have gone without clamoring for Harrison Bader to come back. I could have gone without signing Tucker or Bellinger.
Mm-hmm.
I could have done all that if you would have done something else.
Yeah, like
but you're sitting here right now, and again, this could be all GM speak, right? This could be all just throwing the chum in the different area of the water, right? To just throw people off on December 17th. But this is wild. Like to completely just to say we're done right now is crazy talk to me.
Yeah, like the Orioles trading for Taylor Ward. That would have been I would have loved that. Like the Phillies trade for Taylor Ward or like Joe Adell. Like doing something like that as opposed to going out and paying somebody massive money. Love it. Great idea. Or even if you want to go and you can talk me into Jarren Duran. Makes sense, right? You want to talk me into Jarren Duran. Like, I'll do that. Yeah. Right? But like your outfield is not good enough as it stands right now. So.
What's up, Brinks?
Yo, guys, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
You are scratching me right where I itch right now. Because
we're all itching the same spot then.
Because I can't talk. I can't even think about the Eagles right now. I just get a brain aneurysm. I don't know what to think about them. So this is a good segue in the spring training. What made me want to join was the fact that this team, hopefully they know something that we don't about Crawford. If Crawford's not an all-star, like your offensive outfield is nowhere near good enough.
No, it's not. And it's like you said, and we've all said it. You're asking too much of Crawford then at that point.
I don't understand. This is a major market. Like we don't need to be pinching pennies like this. Like go get Tucker. If John Middleton is serious about stupid money and wanting his trophy back, go get me Kyle Tucker.
Absolutely.
I thought they should have gotten Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber and make Bryce Harper play left field.
Like with the deal that Alonso got, why not?
I'm
right?
looking at the Dodgers paying $1 billion to deferred money. Like they don't care. They got guys pass and go on the monopoly board every 2 seconds for the next 50 years. It's ridiculous. That's what you're competing against.
Yep.
We are pinching pennies in Philadelphia. I don't know if that's Dombrowski. I don't know if that's Middleton. I don't know. Like, it's very frustrating as a season ticket holder. It's very frustrating as a season ticket holder.
It's even more frustrating when you hear Dombrowski early in the offseason say that there is no restrictions on him. Mm-hmm. That there is no restrictions.
That can't be true because he's been aggressive everywhere he's been. Except here, it seems like.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is weird. Or like he was always
and part of that I'm okay with, right? Because our on-field product didn't need in previous years didn't need a whole lot of tinkering, right? So you didn't need to blow up the farm system. Now it hasn't worked, right? But we all thought in those years that this team was good enough. If we roll out this team on opening day, this team is not good enough. This team might not be good enough to win the East.
I don't think it's a playoff roster, honestly. That's probably a little harsh because they will be like
the
if
pitching
this
staff's
team with
really
these
good.
Players isn't at least a wild card team. That's a travesty. But I mean, so what? Like with just the window's closing. It's evident to everyone that the window's closing, and there's no sense of urgency from management to keep it open. It's so frustrating.
And in that sense, it might as well be closed.
Yeah.
I can't think like I know I go off the rails on the Eagles like every now and then and just have complete meltdowns. But
No, not you.
It's one game a week.
No, I'm just busting your balls. I'm busting your balls.
I understand. We're all busting balls here. That's what's great about the platform. Like, it's 5 games a week in baseball.
Yeah.
And I actually
That's
pay
nice.
for season tickets for the Philadelphia Phillies. So I'm more patient with the Phillies as opposed to the Eagles. But like the Braves have to figure it out with all that talent down there one of these years.
Yep.
I get the Mets I don't know what the Mets are doing.
I love it.
The Mets are going to be bad this year. They'll be bad this year. Can't wait. The Braves are going to come back this year. They'll be better.
And I think Washington is going to be good. Maybe not like a contender this year, but I think they're coming.
Well,
Washington's
tricky just because there's so many rumors about them trading Mackenzie Gore and C.J. Abrams.
Which,
that would be totally foolish. I haven't read those. I'm behind on my MLB rumors. I'm a UPS driver in December.
No, you're good. It's your time of the year, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Gore was hot over the winter meetings, and I just feel like they believe that by the time they're good, those guys will be past their time.
You tell me
I don't
CJ
agree with
Abrams is
that statement,
available,
but they're going to do what they're going to do, I guess.
Yeah.
James Wood is a stud.
James Wood's a stud. I like CJ Abrams a lot. Mackenzie Gore dominated the Phillies last year.
Yeah. I'm just there's got to be something more, right? There's got to be another card up his pocket. He's got to be playing coy. We do know that the one Japanese guy, the first baseman, third baseman, is well. But I'm saying at this point, it might not be a bad thing.
Look, again, I
don't sign those guys, Greg.
Well, we got to. We got to get in on the market.
But they're not going to. Why would I believe something's going to happen that hasn't
I'm just
happened
saying,
in 150 years?
All I'm saying is his posting comes up here soon. Yeah. His posting comes up on the 21st, I think it is.
And what's he play? I don't know anything about.
He's a corner outfielder. He's a corner infielder. I'm sorry.
He's a third baseman, first baseman, bigger Japanese guy. He's got a ton of pop, strikes out a lot.
He was hot early on in the rumor mill just because he was new, but then once people started diving in, they found his strikeout rate, and then they found his swing and miss rate on high velocity fastballs. But at this point, though, I need something else in my lineup, though. I don't really know where we got to go.
I'd save the money on the Japanese. If he strikes out a lot,
I'm more doing it just to dip our toe into the pool, right? Start getting that pipeline to us.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good point, actually.
Yeah. No, my man Greg over here is talking my language though in the chat, dude. Byron Buxton. I remember I was talking about Byron Buxton at the deadline.
We were trying to get him at the deadline.
I love Byron Buxton, especially like he was healthy all last year, man. That dude's when he's on the field, he's disgusting.
But I'm with you on Buxton. But we had Bader.
We already have those guys.
You had Bader in here. And again, I'll say it again. I'm not clamoring for Bader, but we can't run this outfield out there.
Yeah, but Bader doesn't move that needle.
It does because now I can play Justin Crawford in left field. And if I'm platooning Crawford and Kemp, I'd rather do that than Marsh and Kemp.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't even platoon Crawford. Maybe you play him 5 days a week.
Look, if you're going to bring him up, I don't want him platooning.
He's got to play. I agree with you.
I want him to play. And then
I agree with you.
You go with Garcia. You go with if you bring Bader back, Bader, and then Crawford, then you trade Marsh.
But then at least you're saving grace. Though is nothing drops in that outfield.
Exactly.
Right, that outfield is electric defensively.
Mm-hmm. Which we haven't had a good defensive outfield in years.
And in this ballpark over a full year, I think Bader can run into 20.
Absolutely. He went nuts in the second half of last year. He was so good.
How much money did he get?
Yeah, he's still a free agent.
He didn't get signed,
Still a free agent.
which again makes everything coming out about, oh, we're done, this is our outfield, just all the more mind-boggling. Like, it can't be. You can't be.
Well, what's going to happen with Ranger Suarez, do you think?
Unfortunately, I think he goes. I don't know where, but I think he goes somewhere.
I think the Orioles are a big potential spot for him.
Because
so everybody's going to spend but the Phillies.
It looks like it. I'm with you. I think Pete Alonso is a weirdo and a loser, but for the money that he got, I would have signed them both.
Mm-hmm.
You move Bryce back to this even before you sign Garcia. You move Bryce back to right, or you move Bryce back to right, or you sign Alonso instead of Schwarber, and you free up a couple spots. But we saw what Alonso. I know I brought this up last week after the Schwarber sign, but we saw what Alonso did behind Soto. Imagine what he does behind Bryce or Schwarber. I mean, it's probably Bryce the way that they like to do the lineup. I mean, that's stupid right there. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Pete Alonso.
I mean, again, that'd be amazing. But you knew that for whatever reason they haven't done that. Like, they haven't signed two massive guys ever that I can remember. Ever. Whereas, like, the Dodgers just throw money at everybody.
And they had the opportunity too. They could have. They had the opportunity when Bryce and Machado were in the same offseason. And you came out that offseason and said stupid money.
And our Mr. Middleton, Mr. Stupid Money, he wants to do everything everything he wants to do, he's all in on, except pay that luxury tax.
Till it costs money.
Mm-hmm. So
what, my $24 Bud Lights that I buy every Sunday down there at the stadium as a season ticket holder? Like, how much? What's your profit margin on that? Like, come on, man.
$20, $25. I
mean,
$24 beers. Crazy.
Honestly, like, go sign Kyle Tucker if you're serious about winning.
Well, they need to sign one of them, I think, or you got to trade. You lost out on Harry Ford, right? Yeah. For what was seemingly a very cheap price.
Where did he go?
He went to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So there was your potential other option at catcher.
I mean, you could still trade for Adley if you wanted to.
You could still trade for Adley.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I wouldn't do that. Adley.
Change scenery.
No, I'm out on that.
You out?
Yep.
Just a down year or more?
I mean, look, I do the final whistle with Brad Ryer on this platform, and Doug Minkiewicz comes on every once in a while, and he managed against all those Orioles in minor league ball.
Okay.
He said he was never really impressed.
Really?
So
interesting.
I'm out on, like, that's why they're spending money now, because they realize some of those guys aren't as advertised.
Yeah.
He was never impressed in just the Orioles organization in general, or just with Adley, or just all those guys.
He said it a bunch of times, but I'm obviously paraphrasing what he said. But he just said, the Orioles, when he played them, he wasn't scared.
Interesting.
He also said Kyle Schwarber was the best minor league player he's ever seen.
Well, I mean, I think he spent like 6 months in minors before, because he was in Indiana, and then I think he was basically up with the Cubs, playing in the playoffs.
He was up quick for sure.
Because he mashed. Yeah,
he was just.
That's what happens when you mash. Yeah.
And then he got relegated. He got relegated to DH because of his
because he couldn't catch.
His ACL. Yeah, he couldn't catch.
Yeah. Imagine we put Kyle back behind the plate.
That would be wild. Yeah,
That'd be insane.
that'd be awesome.
Kyle-
I'd be all
30,
for
30 32, 33-year-old Kyle Schwarber just hasn't caught in years. Just catch it
that.
again.
I'd be all for that.
Well, I mean, speaking of catcher, it seems like we're begging JT Realmuto to come back to us, which I don't like that narrative at all.
Well, I just think
I don't know
we're.
if you're begging. It's more just like you don't have another option right now.
Yeah, I think they probably have other options or they have other directions they can go, but they're obviously waiting to see what he's going to do.
Mhm.
And you're hoping it is sometime soon. I agree, though, to a point, Rob. Like, we're sitting here now, our whole offseason now hinges on JT's decision, right? And that's probably not a great place to be
34-year-old catcher.
because of exactly that, right? Probably.
Because you wouldn't give up a stiff in Alec Boehm for Ford to get.
Yeah, I just don't know that it was ever option. You know what I mean?
Why? I mean, you said it. I read it a bunch of times on the internet. Like
that was the perceived. That was the perceived no, and they got a lefty reliever. Like you couldn't have given them Boehm and Strom, who are known to be out there.
Mhm.
I thought I was going to see like
Greg
We're-
Miller's chiming in, letting us
we're
know Braves
shuffling
and the
of the
Giants are in on Ranger. Yeah, Greg.
Not surprised.
But the good thing is, I think on the Ranger front, the longer he's out there, I think our chances of him coming back increase the longer he's out there. I do.
well, is Scott Boras his agent?
I think Boris is his agent.
That's
Look
a
it
good
up.
thing for the Phillies if he sits out there.
I don't know. I thought it was, but then when I looked,
It's Scott Boris.
Yeah.
is it?
Who began representing him in late 2024. So
Yeah. There you go. Yep. And so he's got a good relationship with us.
And Boris, he'll make him sign 1 year for a bunch of money and then try again next offseason.
If he doesn't get anything, yeah,
Right.
absolutely. If
And
he
that's
doesn't
good.
get,
I think that's good.
that's
for the
been
Phillies.
paying off though. It's been
It
paying
has.
off for these guys. It
It
paid off
has.
for Pete Alonso.
It's going to pay off for the Phillies if that.
It paid off for Pete Alonso. They were talking like it's crazy to even say it, but the Dodgers were in on Kyle Tucker, and they were talking a very similar thing of going 3-4 years for Tucker instead of the perceived 10 or plus that you probably would have thought he was getting prior to this year.
I think you're
Coming out of
getting,
Houston, if you had told me Kyle Tucker is signing, like Kyle Tucker was available, I'm like, give him 10 years, $300 million. Just do it.
Yeah. I think you're just getting less of that right now with the uncertainty, which is going to happen next year with the CBA and all that shit. Do I think there's going to end up being a lockout? No, I don't think there's going to end up being a lockout. They'll figure it out. But like, I think guys are a little bit hesitant to give out those insane contracts that Kyle Tucker should get, just because of that, right? Like, same with Bregman, right? Like he got a 3-year $120 million deal with the Red Sox, and he opted out. I think he's going to end up going back there. Just it's the best fit in theory. But I don't know why the Phillies wouldn't throw money at him. I know he's a little bit older, but again, he's a professional hitter that's won multiple World Series that fills a need or a perceived need. Right?
And he would fit perfectly in this lineup and in this ballpark.
Yeah, so
Just like he fit perfectly in Boston.
Perfectly in Boston, perfectly in Houston.
Yeah.
We got all these lefties. Give me a right-handed professional hitter.
What do you mean, like Bo Bichette?
Oh, love
Again,
that.
I'd be
Love
down with
that.
him too. I think I mentioned that earlier.
Why don't we go get him?
Oh,
Would love it.
That's cool too. I think again he's a Boris guy. Let's see.
Cool. Great. Let's get all those guys. Sounds like he's got all the best guys.
No, Bichette's Vayner Sports, whoever that is.
Gary V. Yo, Gary.
But I mean, you sign Bo Bichette, you put him at second base.
Mm-hmm. Then you can flip Stott. Third.
Yeah.
Yeah, put him at third. Yeah. Again, he's not a great fielder. Bo Bichette's not a great fielder. But again, the lineup is. I think the Bo Bichette thing. I think Bichette's got a better chance of signing a 1 or 2 year deal with opt outs or whatever because he was hurt a bunch this year.
Yeah.
Like of versus him or Tucker doing that, I think there's a higher chance of Bichette.
I'm in.
I heard an interesting theory on, because now again we're getting back into the Kettle Marte discussion, right? Like, what do you do? But I heard an interesting thought today or yesterday that I didn't think about or it didn't register before. And Kettle Marte gets 10-5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, gets 10-5 rights, like game 3 of the regular season next year. Okay. So he can then veto any trade anywhere.
Yeah. So
if the Diamondbacks are going to trade him, it's going to be the off season.
Yeah, it's going to be the off season.
They can't afford to wait because then they're limited. And
even right now, like he's got a no trade clause or no trade list. The Phillies aren't on it.
Right.
So like
they're not
on it. So again, I've said this the last couple weeks. I love Ketel Marte. Please give me that guy. If there's anybody on the market that's potentially available, free agent or trade, give me Ketel Marte. I love him so much.
What's he going to cost?
A couple prospects.
He's going to be expensive. He's going to be expensive.
It'll probably be one of your big 3 prospects at least, if not 2 of them.
If not both of them, or 2 out of 3.
Yeah. So if you're
you'd have him for 5 years.
He's at like $20 million a year, which is
$20 million a year. He's 32, 33, so he'd fit right in with the geriatric club.
Mm-hmm. So again, like I think he's in the same like realm of Schwarber though. Like he's gotten better the older he's gotten.
Yeah,
like and he's a better power guy from the right hand side.
That he definitely is.
And he's a switch hitter at second base, and he's a Gold Glove second baseman. Like
I don't want to steal Tommy's thunder, but Tommy brought up a crazy idea that I would absolutely love.
Okay.
You bring Marte in, put him at second.
Yep.
Move Bryson over to short and move Trey to third.
Sure. Why not?
That was Tommy's.
Trade Alec Bohm for an outfitter.
That was Tommy's crazy idea on Thursday. He brought that up.
So Alec Bohm is not in the plan?
It just doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
I mean, he is for now because he's obviously our starting third baseman right now.
Not in Tommy's plan, he wasn't.
Well, no. In that scenario, yes. In that scenario.
Then I'm in on that scenario.
But I think even the Phillies are trying to trade him. I don't think anybody wants him.
I just don't think the Phillies want to pay him. So like, all right, well, he's got some.
Well, that's exactly it.
Trade him. Like,
why would you want to pay Alec?
Yeah, like right. Again, I wouldn't want to like that. But if you're not going to pay the guy, then move on. Like, because I don't think they're going to pay Bryson Stott either. So move on. And they're not going to pay Brandon Marsh. Move on. Go get somebody else to put in these spots. Right? Like, again, like you're going on.
I think of the group, I think of those 3, I think Bryson's the one that sticks around.
I think so too, because of the relationship with Bryce.
Well, I just think I just also think he's a better hitter than all of them. He just had a down year.
He's better defensively. Like, again, I love Bryson Stott. Of those guys, I'd rather have him back than the other 2. Right? Like, I like him a lot. But again, it's frustrating. Like, look, if just because of how streaky all of these guys are, right? Like, it's super frustrating. Now, I want to give Bryson Stott as many chances to hit as possible because he's come up big in playoff series before versus those other guys haven't. Well, Marsh was decent in the playoffs this year, but either way, like, still just so frustrating.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll see what they do. It doesn't look good right now. It definitely doesn't look good right now, but it is still early. No more meetings. Go ahead, Rob.
They have more questions right now than answers since the season.
100% agree.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
We got all this money though. We got this TV contract. We got this big. I don't get it.
I think I talked. We were arguing about the Schwarber thing last week, and I'm like, "Oh, with all this money," I'm like, "You get that money back in like one season or like less than a season of like ticket revenue. It's just ticket revenue, not even anything else."
How can you make the argument that the Phillies are more equipped to win a World Series without Kyle Schwarber next year?
They're not.
It's crazy.
Well,
it's not my money.
No, you're right there. My old pushback was just, but we've seen it. Like we've done it for 3 years and it hasn't worked.
Oh,
So
well,
let's try something new. And again, as it's turning out to be just Schwarber. You know, I mean, Schwarber and real team. Like we're just re-signing all our guys and adding the Cuban Nick Castellanos.
Yep.
So
we need more Cuban play.
Yep.
I'm in on that. It's just I was hoping that we could do something like if you're not having to pay that $150 million to Schwarber, you can allocate that differently.
Yeah, so you can allocate it differently, right? But like, let's you're not paying any single guy $150 million. How are you breaking it up? Because you're not signing anybody that's going to move the needle.
No, you're not wrong.
You're like Alonso got the same exact contract, right? Tucker's getting more than that. Bellinger's going to get more than that. Bichette's going to get more than that. Bregman, in theory, will probably get more than that. Like all of these guys are going to be paid more money that are like, okay, cool. Like in that same like top like options to sign, right? And then unless you're trading for a guy who I don't need like a mystical guy on the market that you can then extend, like that a guy that you would want to extend isn't available right now.
Yep.
Right? Like unless like I said, I should have traded for Taylor Ward or Joe Adell. I would have liked either of those moves, but they weren't going to trade both of them, and you let the Orioles do it.
Yeah.
So like,
and same thing. Whether we like it or not, how much does that move the needle? Because both of those guys were 1 year wonders. I mean, Ward finally was healthy for a full year, so you got more. But Adele's been abysmal up until this year.
Yeah. It would have been like, okay, cool, we're doing something different.
But there you go. That's it. It's the different side of it. You're right.
Right. Like, give me something different. Like, if you run the same 8 guys that finished the season last year with a rookie, we're doing this again? Like, really, we're doing this again?
Yeah, they're relying on Andrew Painter and Justin Crawford to be all-stars. And it's
to be dudes. And they might be, but it won't be year one.
No. Not in your window where Bryce is in his prime, Trey Turner's in his prime. Like these guys are like in their almost mid 30s now. Like they're only getting older, and they're still here for the next 7 years, right? So or something like that. Yeah. Like even though these guys are still here, your window is this big versus these are the contracts. So let's find this window, maximize the next 2 or 3 years out. Shit, go out and pay Kyle Tucker $50 million a year for the next 3 years. Go do it. Why not?
That's what I would have done for Schwarber. You want 150 million, 3 years, 150 million. I don't give a shit. My whole issue is just the 5 years.
Yeah, fair enough. Either way, like watching 5 years, $30 million is gonna be nothing. You guys are gonna be making $80 million a year.
I mean, he definitely parlayed that contract, though. I mean, his contract ends up being the same as Harper's.
Yeah, no. Again,
at the end of the term,
really good for him, man. And again, like I said last week, he's been better than Harper the last couple of years. He's better contract, so good for him.
Yeah,
but you have 3 guys that you paid the big money to, and you have to build around them. And I don't have any confidence they can build around them.
They haven't built around them yet.
Nope.
Closest you got was the first year you got made it in the playoffs. That first year back in when you had, the core and Bryce Harper and then Schwarber, and that was it, right? Like,
would you trade all the prospects for Skubal?
Oh, how old Skubal?
When you got and you get Skubal.
How old Skubal? I love Tarek Skubal.
I would do it in 5 seconds.
How old is he?
My only hesitation is
29. Dude, I love him.
He's 28.
My only hesitation is I would, but
I would trade.
But what offense is going to be behind him? Like you know what I mean? I think the Tigers are better than this current team.
No,
I don't think so. I would trade Painter
that's a Rob Rickman take.
That's a Briggs take.
Stop.
I would trade Painter and Crawford in a heartbeat for Skubal, and then you could take.
That's not enough.
No, you can take any of the other top 5. I think Aiden
Give
Miller.
him Miller. Give him
I think Aiden Miller is going to be an absolute monster. So
Look, the one good thing about it,
give me Scoops.
The one good thing about it is I don't know that they need Aiden Miller because they have Kevin McGonigal, who's just about to crossover at the top of the system. I think he's the number 1 prospect in baseball right now. So we could potentially keep Miller.
Yes, like you tell me.
What's realistically, I'm doing it.
Whatever.
You tell me.
He's stupid.
Guys too. You want Mark?
He's stupid.
Yeah. Again, look whatever. Here. I'll give you Andrew Painter, Justin Crawford, Castellanos, Bohm, Stott, and then 3 more prospects that aren't Aiden Miller for Tyler Skubal right now.
Cool. Yeah. 5 seconds. I'm in. And then sign it. You got to commit, which is why they won't do it because they're pussies. Is because they'll have to pay Tyler Skubal a bunch of money and it'll put him over the luxury tax.
No, then they'll just because Wheeler's contract comes off the books.
Does
next year
after 27.
Next year comes off the books. You could probably move Aaron Nola at some point.
You just you backload it.
Taiwan Walker's come off the books.
You backload it so the major money hits after Zach leaves.
Yep.
So you can do it.
You can absolutely do it
and not have to pay luxury tax.
Oh, I'm sure we're still paying luxury tax.
And he's not going to do it.
Dumbest shit in the world.
But we got teams out here not spending any money, and that's cool, right? But you want to harm the teams that want to spend money. Makes sense.
Yep. There should be a luxury floor and a luxury tax.
That's exactly it. That's the way you handle it. There's got to be a floor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Speaking of that, though, real quick, I will give credit to Pittsburgh for at least throwing their name and or throwing their hat in there. But you offered them the money.
Mm-hmm.
You offered them the money, and it was real, right? You weren't in the ballpark. You were a whole year off.
It was for 120 or whatever it was.
125, 120, whatever.
Something like that.
So you were off, but that was a real offer, though.
That was the biggest contract I've ever offered anybody.
Yeah. That was a real offer. So I'll crush you as much as I can, but I'll give you credit there. You did do it at least.
Well, they should then throw money at Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman and get because dude, if they should be in on Tucker. They should be in on everybody. Like you have Paul Skeens. The dude is absolutely disgusting.
Not only do you have Paul Skeens, you have Bubba Chandler. You have the local kid Solamento.
They have Mitch Keller too, right?
Mitch Keller.
Yeah.
I mean,
they should be on everybody.
They should be in on everybody.
Mm.
Like it should be. Oh, these teams are in on and the Pirates, and the Pirates, and the Pirates, and the Pirates.
They should be on JT. Get a veteran backstop behind all those guys.
He's not going to go there.
I know he wouldn't, but they should be in on him. There's another guy that they should be in on.
Well, they got. I think they're one of the teams that doesn't want to admit that they messed up on the Harry Davis pick.
Mm-hmm.
They directed him 1-1, and they're just still trying to make that work. But they're loaded in the farm system. They just don't have any talent close to the big league or at the big league level, offensively at least.
What if they traded for Skubal and paid him?
They could.
How about that 1-2?
That would be stupid.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be awesome. Unfortunately,
they're all going to lose 1-0 games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you got those two guys and you're shelling out money, you'll get guys.
That would be crazy. That might be one of the craziest happenings of an off season if that does.
That would be awesome. I mean,
because you wouldn't expect that.
All of their top prospects are pitching prospects outside of Connor Griffin.
Yep. I forgot about Connor Griffin. Yeah, and he might be up.
He's good. It says 27, but he's only 19. So I know he tore it up in rookie ball or whatever.
I would trade a 19-year-old for Tyler Skubal any day of the week.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
19. every 19 I had, I would trade for him. He's so good.
He is. But again, he plays middle infield, and that's not what perception wise. That's not what.
Barco should be up this year. It says
Who?
Hunter Barco.
Yeah.
He should be up this year.
Perception wise, they don't need middle infield. Detroit, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because Kevin McGonigal's getting ready to take over. But yeah, I mean, if that's who you got to give up to get to Scooble, though, like, why not?
Yeah. Honestly, dude, at this point, I would hate this. Like, for the Phillies, I would hate it. If they traded for Luis Robert, I would hate it because I've been telling my buddy who's a White Sox fan I don't want him for years. But even at this point, I'd be like, all right, it's something different.
Something different.
Be something different.
He's another name that the longer he keeps lingering out there, you never know what's going to happen.
I think he stinks. I don't think he would be good here. I think it'd be an awful trade, right? And then you'd have to end up paying. So, like, but it'd be something different. I'd rather watch him strike out 50 times a week than fucking Brandon Marsh again. So, like, again, at least he's right-handed. He's right-handed. He's right-handed.
And at least he plays a decent center field.
Yeah, then he can move. Again, you could take some pressure off of Crawford, go put him in left field, or you could shift him out. Like, but yeah, I don't know, man. I need something to happen.
Yeah.
I need something to happen. Which I think Dombrowski's full of shit. There's no way they're done. There's no way.
I'm hoping, man.
Really maybe it's the hopium in me, man. I don't know. We'll see. But there's no way you can look at this line and be like, yeah, we got that. We're good. We're good. Huh? No, dude, fuck out of here.
Absurd. All right. Well, Brinks dropped out. That's our cue to drop out as well.
Yep.
This has been A2D Wednesday nights. I realized I missed the sponsor read in the beginning of the show.
Oh,
awesome.
No.
Good job, Greg. I did miss it. Every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy. Find him on the web right there, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. 2 locations. Tell the boys at A2D sent you. He'll take care of you. Go Birds. Ryan Elizik. Rob Brinkman was here for a minute. Love to jump in. Tom Arnaud was with us earlier. Birds play on Saturday. Remember that Saturday game this week. We will catch you. Well, maybe we won't catch you next week. Christmas Eve. We might not catch you next week.
Next week, man, I will be in Florida. Can't wait.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Greg Miller's. What do you think of Jung-Hoo Lee? Who is that, Greg? I'm going to look him up real quick.
He's an outfielder for the Giants.
Is that the Giants guy?
Yeah. Center fielder.
I like him.
Giants. Again, fine.
I like him, but, doesn't wow me, though.
Nah.
I mean, I had him in fantasy. He was pretty decent, but, like it didn't bowl me over. But so maybe we'll see you next week. Who knows? Regardless, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate. Merry Christmas to everybody. We will see you soon, whenever it is. We'll be back. Maybe we will. I don't know. We might be back off 2 weeks. Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve.
Oh man, we might have to do a Thursday show.
We might have to do something. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Need to do Thursday nights.
Turn your notifications on. That way you'll know when we go over there. We love you. Thank you. We out.